Streaming live in front of a studio audience from the Juneau Live Studio at Resurrection Lutheran Church in beautiful downtown Juneau, this is Thrush Music Benefit Concert. Tonight, here's our host, Kristen.
Welcome and good evening. We're so glad you're joining us here tonight, either here at Resurrection Lutheran Church in the audience, let's hear you. Yay! Or you're live streaming from the comfort of your home, or maybe you're watching a recording of this in the future. In any case, we're delighted to bring you an exciting lineup of musical performances this evening by the students and teachers of Thrush Hill Music. My name is Kristen Mabry, and I'm on the board of directors for the nonprofit organization Thrush Hill Music, and I'll be your MC tonight. It was Rick Trostel who started Thrush Hill Music back in 1996. Who knows Rick? Yeah, he's a good guy. And then Todd Hunt started teaching at Thrush Hill in '99 when he came to Juneau. At that time, Thrush Hill Music was located right there in the little tiny house on 10th Street. And music lessons were taught in that space for around 25 years until Thrush Hill found a new location in May of this year. So we're now in the Arc Decor building on the corner of 4th and Harris, and we'll tell you more about our new space as the evening unfolds. But what do we do in this new space? What is Thrush Hill Music? It's one of my favorite things to walk through the door to the space. Over here, you hear a student having a piano lesson. Over here, you hear some strings and someone's having a cello lesson. And then around the corner, Todd's in his space working on his latest composition. It's just a magical space where learning is happening in the moment. Minds are growing and expressing and experiencing music. It's really a special space. So if you're interested in learning to play an instrument, we have you covered. So I'm going to name some instruments for which Thrush Hill currently offers lessons. And if you play that instrument, or if you've ever wanted to play that instrument, I want to hear you, okay? Are you ready? We have saxophone lessons, clarinet, flute, bassoon, trumpet, woohoo! Trombone, violin, cello, piano, and even drum set. All right, we have a lot of musicians in the audience tonight. That's wonderful. At Thrush Hill, our teachers provide lessons to students of all ages and ability levels. Maybe you're just starting out as a complete beginner, or maybe you have an instrument somewhere in the closet that you even forgot about, but tonight you're thinking maybe you need to get that instrument out, dust it off. We even have students who are really good at one instrument and they want to learn how to play a second instrument. Wow. Yeah. So has anybody read This Is Your Brain on Music? It's a really interesting read. Daniel Levitin says that listening to and making music can affect your emotional and physical health, that it leads to pro-social behavior, social bonding, and increased overall health and well-being. Well, folks, if there's ever been a time where we could use that in our life, I think it's now. The holidays are here, so who wants music lessons in your stocking? Yeah. And the new year is coming soon, so maybe it's time for you or someone you love, or maybe your whole family, to start music lessons. You could make music together as a family. So if you'd like to look us up, you're going to go to thrushhill.org. That's Thrush Hill with 2 H's together, thrushhill.org on our website. You can read more about our fantastic teachers, our policies, our rates, and of course, you can click on that donate button to make your 100% tax-deductible donation. And when you make that donation tonight in support of all the wonderful music that you're going to hear, please give us your address so we can send you a thank you letter, receipt, and our heartfelt thanks for contributing to keeping music going in Juneau. That's what it's all about. So Thrush Hill Music has not been able to have a recital for quite some time. There's been a lot going on, and our students have been working very hard this semester. So let's give all of the students a big round of applause who are going to perform tonight. They've been working really hard, and we can't wait to hear them play. And Robert is going to start us off this evening. So welcome Robert to the stage. He is going to play the Fairling Etude number 8. Welcome. Wow. Robert, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for playing for us this evening. What do you like about this piece that you just played?
The amount of times that I had to play it over and over and over again to get it down.
That's a pretty complex piece. So how do you go about practicing something that complicated?
Just staring at a metronome for about 2 hours a day really helps.
Those metronomes, yes. And I understand you're a senior in school this year. What school are you going to?
I'm going to Thunder Mountain High School.
And what are your plans after high school? Do you plan to continue music in some way?
Yes, I'm planning to go to college for it down in Florida.
Wow, that's so exciting, Robert. We're so happy for you to continue your music education and making it a part of your life. So thank you so much for playing for us this evening. We really appreciate it. So how many of you in the audience took music lessons when you were growing up? Yeah? Yeah, most of the audience, I think, did. Neither of my parents were musically trained at all, but they all felt it was really important. And so all of my sisters and I had piano lessons growing up for many, many years, every Saturday morning. Lots of great memories there. And when you think about it, what's the real value of having a musical education? Think about what you're learning. Are you just learning notes and fingerings on an instrument? Yeah, there's all kinds of things, right? And when I think back to it, I learned respect. I learned respect for myself. I learned respect for the instrument. I learned respect for my teacher, right? I learned accountability. I learned self-expression. There's so many things that you're learning in addition to just how to make noise on this instrument. Think about it. What else did you learn? So we know that not everyone can afford music lessons. It costs about $5.70 to have weekly lessons throughout the school year. But even in our very first semester in this newer, bigger space, Thrush Hill is very excited to be offering scholarships to help students take lessons. I wonder, would you consider sponsoring a student? Just think, your generosity tonight could enable a local Juneau child to learn and practice an instrument under the guidance of one of our fabulous teachers and get to play on a stage like this for a warm audience like you. So when you're ready to donate, where do you go? Audience, where do they go? Thrushhill.org, that's right. 2 H's in a row. Click on that donate button. Or if you'd like, you can send a check to Thrush Hill Music at 418 Harris Street, Suite 100, Juneau, Alaska 99801. Thank you so much for your support. Next up, we have Bryce and his teacher, Catherine, and they're going to play a tune you may recognize as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Wonderful. Do you like playing the cello, Bryce?
Yes.
What do you like playing about it?
That it's really fun and that it sounds really beautiful.
What do you think? I think he's right. Yes. And you have such a beautiful instrument. Your instrument is so beautiful. It's almost as big as you are.
Yeah, it kind of got broken, but it got fixed.
So the piece you played tonight, do you know any other words that go to that melody?
No.
Hey, audience, do you know any other words that go to that melody? Ba ba black sheep, yeah. What's one that you may have learned in kindergarten or first grade? What did you say, Bryce?
ABC.
Yeah, all to the same melody. How about that? And Catherine, you are a cello teacher for us at Thrush Music.
Yes, I am.
What do you enjoy about teaching cello?
I feel it makes me just a better musician. It's so rewarding to work with I only work with beginners, adults, and children, and it makes you think so much about things I do automatically, and then I have to try to explain to somebody how your wrist goes and what you're twisting wrong or right or whatever. And it's just a really wonderful mental exercise for me, and I get a lot of joy out of it.
So using a beginner's mind, learning even as the teacher, that's very
absolutely.
impressive. Thank you so much for all that you do at Thrush Music. And now let's welcome Annika and her teacher Bradley to the stage to play two pieces, Eyes Divide and Violin Cabbage Down. Thank you so much. That was lovely. So, Annika, why did you want to learn to play the violin?
Well, my dad was playing it when I was like 3, and I thought it was really cool, and just the sound. Our dog really hated it, but I really loved it. Yeah.
And is your dad here tonight supporting you?
Yes, he is.
Do you guys ever get to play together?
Yes, there's a song that I really like. It's called Cripple Creek, and there's a duet that we play. It's really fun.
How exciting, making music together in your house. That's just so lovely. And why did you choose these two pieces tonight? What do you like about them?
Well, I liked I See the Bye because it's from a different country. It's from Newfoundland, Canada's easternmost province. And Violin Cabbage Down, it's really simple, but it can also be really complex.
Well, they both sounded great. Thank you so much for playing those this evening. Yes, give it up for Annika. And Bradley is one of our wonderful teachers, multi-talented, multi-instrument. So Bradley, you want to tell us a little bit about the instruments that you teach lessons on?
Well, I teach violin, piano, trumpet at the moment. We also do music theory and composition as well. We're also going to be starting a vocal jazz choir here pretty soon for all of you, all ages included. So that's something to look forward to at Thrush Hill for sure.
Wow, adding a new format as well. That's super exciting. And what do you like about teaching?
I love just seeing the growing of all the young musicians and just seeing them take on their whole identity of being a musician.
That's pretty special to be a part of that process. So thank you so much for teaching at Thrush Hill. So when Thrush Hill moved from the small house here on 10th Street into the Art Decor building earlier this year, there was a lot of work to do. It was just 2 big, huge open rooms, so we had to build out the space and prepare it for the teachers and students. And I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but the first time we looked at that space, I walked in and I knew that's where we would end up. I knew it was the right place to be, but it took a lot of work to get there. So let's give a huge shout out to Todd Hunt, who designed the space, framed the walls, and added soundproofing. Let's give a huge shout out to Elliot Pillafon of Highliner Construction for hanging all of our doors. And Rich Anderson and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints volunteers who spent so many hours doing all of the mudding, taping, and painting to make our studio space beautiful. So our space is really looking good. It's coming together. Even with all these gracious volunteer hours, the materials alone cost about $8,000 to build out this space. So I know you want to support Thrush Hill in building this space and offering our services. So anytime you want to hit that donate button at thrushhill.org. And if you want to see our new space, you can send an email to thrushhillmusic@gmail.com to schedule a visit. Our physical address is 434th Street on the corner of 4th and Harris, where the charter school used to be years ago. And when you come, there's off-street parking in the lot off of Gold Street. So for now, let's welcome JD, who will play for us the Snowflake Rag. That was so great, JD. Thanks so much for playing for us this evening. So why did you want to learn to play the piano?
Just because it seemed interesting, and yeah, that's it.
All right, well, you did a great job, and we really enjoyed playing it. Maybe if we dance out of here to the Snowflake Rag, that rain will turn back into snow, and we'll get a little bit more snow. So, did you want to say something else? All right, thank you so much for playing for us tonight. Do you know, yeah, give it up for JD. Do you know how many pianos we have at Thrush Hill Music? Anybody want to guess? More. More. Almost. Almost. We have 8 pianos at Thrush Hill Music. So moving day was quite a feat. And we want to really give a shout out, and we hugely appreciate the great help and support from Reliable Transfer to safely move our pianos into our new space. Thank you, Reliable Transfer. And if you've ever owned a piano, what do you have to do to it to make sure that it sounds right every year? Yeah, you have to get that piano tuned. Some of the instruments you're seeing tonight, we tune ourselves, right, in real time. But pianos, we pay somebody to do that. And it costs about $120 per piano each time that you have it tuned. So if we have 8 pianos and it's $120 per piano, who's my mathematician out there? How much is that per year? We'll call it $1,000 a year, right, for 8 pianos. Yeah, we'll up it. We'll call it 1,000. That's my kind of math, the round off math. So $1,000 a year just to keep our pianos in tune for our students. So if you'd like to support Thrush Hill by donating enough for 1 piano to be tuned, 3 or 4, maybe all 8, you know what to do. Where do they go, audience? Thrushhill.org. 2 H's in a row. Click on that donate button. And it looks like we're getting set up here. This wonderful stage crew. How about giving it up for our stage crew? Wow. Just working so hard to bring, and what's our stage crew helper's name? Corbin. Corbin's got the big job here, right? Yeah, he knows his name too. All right, so we are welcoming to the stage James and Megan, and they are going to play Gavat by David Popper. Welcome. Wow, that was just wonderful. Such an interesting soundscape and so many different kinds of sounds. That was very lovely. Thank you so much. James, why cello? Why were you interested in learning to play the cello?
I used to play the violin, and when I was at places with other people who played instruments, I saw the cello, and I saw how big it was and how it sounded different, and I wanted to see what that sounded like, and I prefer it, so here we are.
So great that you could change and do something new. And how long have you been playing cello now?
4 years now.
Wow, let's give him another round of applause. And Megan, you're teaching with us at Thrush Hill. We so appreciate having you there. What are you teaching and what do you enjoy about teaching?
I teach cello and violin. And I think, I've been with Thrush Hill for many years now, and it's fun to meet all these different families, all these different kids, and then watch them grow up, and then watch my students now have students of their own, and that's a lot of fun to keep it going.
Thank you so much, Megan. We really appreciate having you at Thrush Hill. So as you can see, we have students of all sizes and ages and abilities at Thrush Hill, and in order to set those students up for success, we have to provide good quality either benches or musicians' chairs and stands and loaner instruments sometimes for them to take home. So for instance, a good chair and stand combo costs about $180 for one chair and stand combo. And we also are building up a lending closet where we have keyboards and instruments that students can take home to practice because, not every student can afford their own instrument. So maybe you have some old instruments at home that you're not using that you'd like to donate, or maybe you'd like to donate to us so we can purchase some of this equipment to have for our students who need it. And you know where to go, thrushhill.org, click on that donate button, and we very much appreciate your donations. So now let's welcome Leif, and Leif is going to play The Tempest. Yeah, let's hear it for Leif. Come on out. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for playing for us.
Thank you.
So when you're not playing piano, how do you fill your time?
Fishing. That's about it.
So yeah, we live in a pretty great place to enjoy fishing, don't we? What do you like to catch? What do you try to catch?
Anything.
All right, more chances to be happy. And when you're out there fishing, do you take music to listen to? Do you have melodies in your head, or do you just kind of enjoy the quiet?
Yeah, I normally just sing to myself. I don't bring music, so.
So you make your own music while you're out there. Yeah. Love it. Thank you so much for playing for us tonight, Leif. That was really beautiful. Let's hear it for Leif. Thrush Hill is pleased to offer lessons on a variety of instruments and a lot of different styles of music. So I have a question for you. Anybody go to any rock and roll concerts when you were growing up? Yeah? Yeah, maybe you have some really fun memories or, thinking back to that kinds of music. So we've had some requests for rock band lessons at Thrush Hill. And does that sound fun to anybody? Yeah, so lead and rhythm guitars, bass, vocals, keyboards. And you heard about, we might have a jazz choir. That sounds amazing. So if we want to offer these kinds of lessons in these new formats, we're going to maybe need some amps, mics, mixers, and all these cables. So if you'd like to support Thrush Hill and make it possible for us to offer these additional opportunities, you know what to do. Go to thrushhill.org and click on that donate button. Or you can always send a check to us at Thrush Hill Music, 418 Harris Street, Suite 100 in Juneau, Alaska, 99801. And now please welcome to the stage Jim. Jim is going to play 3 pieces for us tonight: an Irish reel called The Glen of Aherlow, a Serbian folk tune called Gadja, and an Irish air called O'Reilly's Grave. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
Wow, Jim, I've known you for years and I didn't even know you played the violin. That was amazing. Thank you so much for playing for us tonight. Thank you. So you want to tell us a little bit about those pieces that you played?
Yeah, the first one is an Irish reel, the Glen of Aherlow from the south of Ireland. And the second one is a Gadja, is a Serbian folk tune. And I've loved Eastern European music for a long time. And the last one was O'Reilly's Grave, an Irish air. And they're not sure who O'Reilly was, but he was buried somewhere.
And what do those have in common? Why did you put those together?
I like them.
They're worthy.
That's right. That's right.
All different kinds of folk music, just bringing them to the stage. I love it. So, how long have you played violin?
Oh, I started not too long ago in my retirement. I started about 15 years ago, and then I got a series of surgeries that kept setting me back. So really, altogether, maybe I've been playing 5 years.
And you're taking lessons with Austin now at Thrush, yeah. So
it's a good way to keep out of my wife's hair.
And so, what would you say to someone who thinks they're past the point in their life where they should take music lessons?
It's crazy. When you're raising a family, you're always busy. You've always got something going on. But in retirement, you got time, you got the money, do it. Play music.
Music as a lifelong pursuit, right? It's so inspirational to see you here tonight. Thank you so much for playing for us. It's a lot of fun. So we are all about community at Thrush Hill Music. The people of Juneau know very well that it takes a community to do just about anything up here, and we come together to make so many wonderful things happen in Juneau. In Thrush Hill, in addition to lessons, we're pleased to have a small community room there that small groups can rehearse in, or meetings or whatnot. We've actually been using this room quite a bit lately for the Combrio performances tomorrow night. And it's been really fun to have that space to come together and to be able to rehearse. So having these low cost or even free spaces available can really make or break being able to bring you music in Juneau. So I know that you want to support us being able to have this space available. So please go to thrushhill.org and click on that donate button. Well, we have a special treat for you next. Very excited to have Catherine and Megan playing for us, and they're going to do the Khmer Cello Duet No. 1, Opus 22. Welcome, Megan and Catherine. was so beautiful. Thank you both so much. I'm going to put you on the spot for just a second, and I'm remembering another very happy occasion that both of you played for about 10 years ago. Do you remember what that was?
I believe that was your wedding.
That was my wedding, and it was another really happy occasion, and I'm just reminded how beautiful the two of you sound together. Thank you so much for your beautiful music.
A pleasure to play for you, Kristen.
And what's it like to play a duet? How does that help you as a musician?
Well, I strive to achieve Megan's level. This particular duet I've played a number of times before. I think, Megan, you have as well. And it's just so pretty. I just really like it. It's by this composer Kumair, who really wrote principally for the cello. Is maybe not very well known outside of cello circles, but because he was a cellist and he wrote for the cello, it's very cellistic, I guess is the right term, and we really enjoy it, really like it, and so we thought it would be a good one to play tonight. And anyway, yeah, we had a couple of rehearsals, and yeah.
Just so lovely. Thank you both so very much for playing. And next we'll welcome Devin to the stage, and she's going to play for us the Sonatina by Malcolm Arnold. You need a yes. And again, giving up for our wonderful stage crew who's taking care of all of our musicians tonight. Devin, that was just lovely. Thank you so much. You're so talented. How many years have you played the clarinet?
This will be my 7th year.
7 years of playing. And how many recitals have you played in?
As a soloist, this is actually my first one.
her very first recital. Can you give her another big round of applause? That sets a pretty high bar for a first recital. And you're a senior this year?
Yes.
So what are your plans after this year?
I plan to go to college, hopefully in the Netherlands.
Wow, that's so impressive. We're so glad that Thrush Hill could be part of your journey. Thank you so much for playing tonight. So as you all are very aware, the nearly 2 years during this global pandemic have been incredibly hard for small businesses and particularly challenging for the arts and musical community because we depend on coming together and sharing space to do what we do. 2021 has been incredibly challenging for Thrush Hill Music. We've had to find new space and build it out, and because of this global pandemic, we've lost most of our students. And so we're now trying to attract new students for music lessons still in a global pandemic. But we're still here. We're still here, yeah. We're surviving. We're surviving, and if tonight is any indication, our students are thriving. They're continuing to learn and grow despite all the difficulties in the world around us. How amazing is that? Thrush Hill Music is creating that space for them to grow and continue to thrive. That's cause for celebration. So please help us continue to be able to provide these services and this space for our students to continue to have these opportunities. You can make your tax-deductible contribution at thrushhill.org. 2 H's. Love it. Thank you so much. And finally, let's welcome Todd and Doug, who will play Libertango by Piazzolla. All right, how much fun was that? Yeah, what a great musical way to end the evening. Thank you both so much for playing for us. So, Todd, what instruments are you teaching lessons on at Thrush Hill?
So I'm teaching flute, clarinet, saxophone, and a bassoon.
And what else do you teach?
She got me. I also teach music theory, conducting, composition too, if you're into that.
So I happen to know a little bit about your family. And can you tell us a little bit about growing up and your siblings and music lessons?
Yeah, so my parents are not musical at all. I mean, they play the radio, but only okay. But they had me and both of my sisters take piano lessons from like the earliest we could even stand to do it. And actually forced us to do it for a long time, even though I hated it. I eventually discovered the saxophone, and well, here I am. Both of my sisters are now band directors as well. So yeah, so music education in general, I don't know if it really saved me, but it definitely gave me direction. Otherwise, I really have no idea what I'd be doing.
So very thankful for that foundational education that your parents sought to give you. And Doug, thanks so much for playing with us tonight. We're used to seeing you play in recitals and with ensembles around town and accompanying musicians, and now you teach. How long have you been teaching, and what do you enjoy about that?
I think it's been about 3 years, and I didn't think I would like it, but it turns out I do. It's kind of fun to catch the enthusiasm of people learning pieces that they really like and then just trying to help them bring it to another level. It's really fun.
Well, we are so glad that you're teaching and you have some very, very lucky students. So we'd like to get some more teachers out here. So any Thrush Hill teachers that are still here, come on out. And yeah, we haven't chatted yet with Sherry, so welcome, Sherry. We'd love to hear a little bit from you. What are you teaching, and why do you enjoy it?
I'm teaching piano. I've taught for, I don't really want to say how many years because it's been so long. And that's what I love to do. I love to teach, and I just enjoy it so much, more than I do playing, but don't tell anybody.
And your space kind of reflects that. It's just such a happy space when you walk in there with all kinds of bright colors and teaching tools. It looks like it's a really fun place to be. So I'm so glad that you're there and you're teaching. Just want to pause and anybody else that I didn't get a chance to? Okay, I think we're good. Just want to pause for a second and give thanks to all these wonderful teachers with some applause. Because without these guys, we wouldn't be here, right? And they just repeatedly offer their time, knowledge, and experience so generously in order to pass on their passion and their love for music to the present and future musicians of Juneau. That's happening right here in real time. So please consider supporting these amazing teachers by making a donation at... with 2 H's, you got it. And one more big round of applause for all the students who performed tonight. And for our amazing community that continues to support the arts, our community of Juneau, continuing to support all of these wonderful things that we do. We thank you so much. And one more shout out to this amazing Juneau Live crew here at Resurrection Lutheran. We so appreciate you, and thank you for welcoming us into your space. And Alaska Music 1, all of the great volunteers who have helped put on the show tonight. We so appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.